Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Well, we move into the back half of Week 2 of the regular season in Nassau County on the North Shore of Long Island. From Schreiber High School, it's Port Washington taking on Southside today on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Port Washington. Matt Shortis with you for what should be a really interesting and fun lacrosse game this afternoon between a home Port Washington team that is 3-0 on the season, an offense that has really clicked and looked very solid in their 3 games, and a Southside Cyclones team that is 2-1 on the season after dropping their season opening game late against Syosset. So a matchup that has been pretty regular over the last few years, minus last year, as these two teams do meet regularly within Nassau County. And we'll take a look now at the starting lineups for both squads. First, for the visiting Southside Cyclones, who come in at 2-1 in a powerful attack with Sheehan, Considine, and Melconi in the midfield of Kelly, Brady West, and Andrew Meidel. The poles are Lazito and the 2 Ericksons with Gentile at the long pole, and Thomas with Gentile in goal, and Thomas Kelly as well at the pole. For the Port Washington Vikings, again coming in at 3-0 on the season, Henry Haberman leads this stout attack between he and Weingard and Meyer, and even Ben Krefitz getting in there, and a strong midfield again. You take a look at Morales, Jacobson, and Andrew Robinson. A close defense led by Briggs Capabianco, Matt Freeman, and Matt Hillman, and Pat Kenny between the pipes, along with Elijah Edmonds at the faceoff dot today for the Vikings of Port Washington. Southside coming off a victory the other day against Long Beach down on the South Shore, and we take a look now at our player to watch for the Cyclones. It's Brady West, a junior Loyola commit. He has 7 goals and 3 assists, so 10 points through his first 3 games of the season, and he's got a ton of accolades even as a junior. He's big, fast, strong, a 4-star recruit by Inside Lacrosse, and his head coach, Steve DiPietro, says he's everything you want out of a player. He's very coachable. And then for Port Washington, on their side of things, Patrick Kenny has been fully stout between the pipes this season for the Vikings so far. Again, 14 saves in the season opening win over Garden City, but he's been strong in each contest so far, coming off a 13 save game and a win over MacArthur and 7 versus Locust Valley. So, you know, when you have a 4-year starter between the pipes, things are going to go well for your defense. Our head coach is Steve DiPietro, the head coach of Southside. Longtime Cyclones head coach in his 13th season, also played at Adelphi. And for Port Washington, Isaac Neal is in his 6th season for Port Washington. Spent 5 years as an assistant with Tom Rooney, a Hofstra graduate in 2010, coming over from Overland High School in Colorado, and he has really gotten this program to be perennially within that top 4 of this Nassau Conference 1 or Conference A, along with the Farmingdales, the Syosset, and the Massapequa. So gorgeous day here up on the North Shore, a little breeze, barely a cloud in the sky, and a bright sunshine on this turf field here that overlooks Campus Boulevard here in Port Washington. The Vikings are in the home white uniforms with white helmets and blue numbers trimmed in a little bit of silver. And the Southside Cyclones are in the road red uniforms with white letters and numbers trimmed in navy. Procedure on the faceoff, and Elijah Edmonds, the Port Washington senior's got it. He will stay in for a moment. And now Andrew Robinson, Jared Morales, and they will get the offensive unit out. The first line midfield of Jared Morales, Andrew Robinson, and Gavin Jacobson. Talking with Steve DiPietro, the head coach at Southside, he says his team's been a little uneven at times so far this season, where you're not quite sure what to expect from quarter to quarter. A pass on the entry goes out of bounds, misconnection, and it'll be Southside ball. He said they lulled a little bit against Long Beach earlier this week, looked really great in the second and third quarters, and kind of had to fight to hang on in the fourth quarter. Southside trying to clear. They get over the midfield line in the form of Thomas Kelly. Kelly clad in red, a Binghamton commit as he steps into the box. And the offensive personnel for the Cyclones will come out for their first possession of the game. Brady West, Andrew Mindell, and Thomas Kelly. And the top six of this Southside offensive attack, pretty stout. Mindell, very intelligent player. He's got the ball at the top of the box. Gets around to Dodge. Tries to feed up top. Low shot save made by Kenny, dropping down a level. Loose ball in front. And still loose as a battle for it. It's picked up by Thomas Kelly of Southside. Kelly will smartly move it back behind at X. He's teed up well by Capabianco. And then chased out. Short stick matchup on him. Now Southside will reset. We've played about 2 minutes in this one so far. No score. Nice check by the long pole. Billy Moore able to create a turnover. The Vikings having a little trouble getting this one out of Dodge. Kelly in some trouble in the corner. Ground ball to the near side, and it's picked up by Southside. Helter-skelter right now. The Cyclones trying to make the most of the opportunity. Turnaround shot. That is off the side of the netting, but a flag is down as John Jude Considine went down. So it looks like Southside will go on the man advantage. 1 minute penalty. And take another look at the penalty, and yeah. Matt Freeman coming in pretty hard and high on the hit there. Considine will stay in the game, though. He looks like he's all right. He's taken a few hits this year as the quarterback of the football team. Nice check as Considine loses his stick. And we'll have a loose ball push. I guess they didn't get Freeman on the penalty there because Freeman is the one who just made that nice play. Here's Robinson. Now Haberman with the ball in his stick. Haberman trying to get around a defender. He does, shoots and scores. Haberman beats Tommy Gentile top right. And Port Washington takes a 1-0 advantage. And just a great one-on-one effort here from Haberman. He had the pole with him. He saw he got a step, and from there, he made up his mind, clearing away. So the goal comes at 9:11 on the clock. Whistle will give the ball to Southside. This is a Port Washington team who has been able to score the ball efficiently so far in 3 games. 39 goals on the season, so 13 per contest. But a Southside team who likes to get up and down the field as well. Here's West with 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage. A shorthanded goal for Port Washington. Penalties released, and we're all even. Ball knocked away. Matt Freeman has been everywhere, defending one on the penalty kill. And not only that, they get a goal out of it as well. The sophomore Meyer with it in his stick. He would have played last year as a freshman on a pretty experienced Port Washington team. Here's Weingard cutting inside. Roll dodge on goal line extended. Puts it past Gentile. For his 7th goal of the season. And a pair of goals for the Vikings in this first quarter. Again, one step, little roll dodge. And tough for a goalie to make that stop. One-on-one effort. Another procedure. So we haven't had a face-off won cleanly by either team yet. And the attack going to work for Southside, looking for their first goal of the day, trailing 2-0 as we played a little over 4 minutes in this opening quarter. So far, Port Washington in this young season has been a team that can get out on you quickly. So for the Cyclones, this was something that Steve DiPietro talked about too, being able to make sure that you're using possessions wisely. Here's a look right on the crease, hard hit. And we'll have a whistle as Hudson Greenberg was well timed, but we'll take another look at it here. Behind the back pass, and Greenberg a little rough, says the official today. Met with some groans from the fans here in Port Washington. Brady West working around near side for Kelly. This is Sheehan, who's scored 9 goals so far this season for Southside. Sheehan coming around a curl, stop, and a save made by Kenny. He didn't know where it was for a moment, and it almost trickled across the goal line, but he's made 3 strong saves so far today. There's Meyer with it as an easy clear for Port Washington. Dodging from X. Help comes out, ball dislodged. Meyer trying to track it down. He's able to pick it up and get it away before falling to the turf. Here's McCarthy, another sophomore. A shot from up high and a save made by Gentile. Ball loose to the turf right at the football 20, and we'll have a whistle. And it will be Southside possession. Another look at that save by Kenny a moment ago. Again, he's been sharp through the first half of this first quarter. Southside looked like they were going to push. Capitelli was looking for somebody with him, but didn't quite have anybody. Here's Capitelli, top of the box. Now Sheehan. Denver commit. Runs the offense from X. Sheehan to the turf. Keeps the ball in his stick, though. Well defended as a slide comes over. Sheehan looking right on the crease. Wind and fire and a shot going wide off the stick of Matt Melkonian. A real good effort defensively by Matt Freeman. And Briggs Capabianco coming over to help him out as well. Boy, this is an aggressive Port Washington defense from what we've seen so far through the first 6 and change of this contest. There's Matt Melkonian, the running back of the football team, who was an absolute workhorse for the Cyclones on the football field a few weeks ago. Kelly around to Melkonian, getting this Port Washington defense moving around a bit. There's Considine. Skip pass across. Back at X now. Quick pass inside. Shot off the crossbar and comes out towards the near side. It'll go out of bounds. And closest to it was Thomas Kelly. Nice look on the crease and a quick stick opportunity. Penalty is elapsed, so Port Washington 2 for 2 on the penalty kill this afternoon. Here's Melkonian. Left-handed dodge around one defender and another. Good help defense coming out. Matt Hillman, the sophomore, causing some havoc. Little trouble on the ground ball. Melkonian picks it up for Southside. Unsettled situation now. Here's Kelly dodging the X. Kelly surveying, looking on the crease. Comes around one defender, lost it on a back check. Well-timed back check by Matt Hillman, the sophomore. He collects it off the turf. Pardon me. That's Capabianco. And Capabianco will dump it off after the clear. Haberman with it now. Haberman in traffic, dumps it off to the right side. A shot going just wide. And it will be Port Washington ball. 3:42 to go in the first quarter of play. 2-0 Port Washington. Goals from Haberman and Weingard. Here is Weingard, who had that last goal. 7 on the season. Look in tight, and a shot from McCarthy going wide. Weingard finding McCarthy. Real good opportunity there. Jacobson shooting on the run and scores. Gavin Jacobson, his second goal of the season, and Port Washington looking strong so far with a 3-0 advantage. Again, one step, had his hands free, nobody in front of him, and he just ripped it from the top of the box. All of Port Washington's goals have come unassisted. I'll have a whistle and a loose ball push, it looks like, going against Southside. Port Washington has looked very strong so far. Here's Haberman. Back behind it goes for Weingard. Weingart falls on the turf. And a whistle. I think we get a timeout here taken by Isaac Neal in Port Washington after Weingart went down. 2:53 to go in the opening quarter of play from Port Washington. Stay with us on Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage. And one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Port Washington with the Vikings on top. 3-0 over the Cyclones of Southside. Offensively and defensively looking very strong through the first almost 10 minutes of this contest. Here's Luke Meyer, the sophomore. Up top it comes for Jacobson, who had a goal a moment ago. Shot going wide. Backing up is Weingart. Haberman now. Haberman on the dodge. Works it behind for Weingart. Looking right on the crease. Excellent feed to Meyer, who deposits it in the back of the net. So everybody on the starting attack getting one apiece now. We've had Weingart, Haberman, and now the sophomore Meyer. Beautiful feed from Weingart and a wonderful cut. Goals coming a minute apart. And Southside even right now having a little trouble getting possession of the ball. This Port Washington team showing you why they're off to the 3-0 start that they are so far. Very unselfish play offensively. Physical and aggressive play defensively. And if it all breaks down, you got Pat Kenny back between the pipes as well. Weingart again around his man, rolls, loses possession of the ball. Well-timed check by Pat Erickson, and Erickson able to scoot out of it. Lead ahead, scooped forward for Sheehan. Sheehan looking ahead. Tommy Massia, the long pole in front. Sheehan just being hounded. White jerseys all around him. And I think we're going to get a timeout whistled by Southside, and well taken by Steve DiPietro, and a recognizing crowd gives a round of applause for the defensive intensity for Port Washington as well. Minute 23 to go in the first. We'll step aside here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back him back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
Back at Port Washington, Southside will have the ball following the timeout. Each team has used one. And the Cyclones looking for their first tally of the day so far. We've had 4 different goal scorers for Port Washington in Haberman, Weingart, Jacobson, and Meyer on their 4 goals. Here's Considine. Little give and go right on the crease. Shot going wide. Nice look for Kelly. Just off target. One of the better looks of the game so far for Southside. Here's a quick turnaround shot and a save made by Kenny. Right in the midsection for Kenny. Another look. This is Sheehan quickly coming around saying, hey, not much has worked so far today. You know, if you're a coach, maybe you want that positioned a little bit differently. Not a bad shot, though. And Kenny walking it up all the way to midfield and dumping it off finally to Jared Morales. Morales on with Jacobson. And Andrew Robinson. Here's Meyer. 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Stepping into this one, shooting it wide was Jacobson. Haberman to bring it in with 10 seconds left in the first. Here's Haberman, cuts inside, chase back out, up top, ball to the turf. And the final horn will sound on the first quarter. Really strong quarter at that for Port Washington, as the Vikings score 4 unanswered and lead 4-0 after 1. We'll be back in a moment here on Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Port Washington High School as we get ready to begin the second quarter. Matt Shortis with you as the Vikings 3-0 on this young season, on top 4-0. And, you know, as with many teams last year, obviously you feel like it was a missed opportunity with the seasons canceled, spring seasons canceled, but especially for these two programs, two senior-laden clubs last year. And Steve DiPietro had said that that's probably right now the biggest regret of his coaching career is not having the ability to coach that senior group a year ago. And Isaac Neal kind of echoed those sentiments. He said Steve's dealt with it already. He's like, it'll probably be one of those things that I look back on a few years from now with a lot more regret. But right now, his team in the present, Port Washington has a 4-0 lead. And again, a win over Garden City to start the season. Beat MacArthur and Locust Valley as well so far in the early part of this season. Look at the Vikings bench. Edmonds, a clean face-off win for Port Washington as they move right to left here to begin this second quarter. Henry Haberman will step it in as he waits for some more offensive personnel for the Vikings to come on. John McCarthy and Gavin Jacobson in the midfield. Here's Weingard from behind. He's been dangerous from that X spot so far in this game. Haberman, back it comes for Weingard, but passed through his stick. Kept alive for Jared Morales. And the pass scoots out to the top of the box. Scoop back up by the Vikings. Jacobson with it now. This is Henry Haberman. Haberman on the left-handed dodge. Well defended. Haberman looking on the crease. Pass knocked away. Good job by Patrick Erickson. And I believe that was Charlie McKeel also who might have got a piece of that. Dodge from the left side. Meyer. A flag comes down as he draws the penalty. The ball hits the turf. And for the first time today, Port Washington will go on the man advantage. They've had to kill off two themselves, and not only did they kill off a couple, they scored on the first shorthanded opportunity of the day. And you see the penalty there. That's Thomas Kelly going off on the hold. So first man up chance of the afternoon for Port Washington. Morales. Weingard with it again. Up top, this is Haberman. Quick stick movement for Port Washington now as they're offensively buzzing. And Luke Meyer scores the extra man goal. And Port Washington is on top 5-0. A nice ball movement from the Vikings. Myers second of the game. And the Vikings are on top 5-0 to start this one. Almost 2 minutes into the second quarter. And Southside having some issues with Elijah Edmonds at the faceoff X. They opt to go to the long pole. And Matt Lazito it's such a tough position to be in when you're trailing and your defense needs a little bit of a break. And then you go and you're not able to win the faceoff. Nice save by Gentile. Ball to the turf, scooped up by Schwartzberg of Southside. Schwartzberg going to look upfield. Finds Thomas Kelly. Big defensive stop for the Cyclones. Kelly shrugs off a hit, steps into the box. And you'd imagine we might see Southside throw it around a little bit here just to give the defense a bit of a breather. As Port Washington's had a fair amount of time of possession. And Brady West slowing things down a little bit. Directing traffic now. Give to the left side. Another left side give. Ball movement. Strong right now for Southside. Flag is down. Picked back up by Considine. Considine tries to shovel it forward. Scooped up by the Cyclones. Still red ball. Here's Kelly. Shoots and scores. Boy, an unsettled situation as Southside ran a set play. But then the ball knocked to the turf a few times. Thomas Kelly was there in the right spot. And in some traffic, loaded into one. And gets outside on the board for the first time today. And here it is from the start of that play. There was the penalty. Fifth goal of the season for Kelly. A procedure against Lazito, and Lazito's like, what'd I do? I didn't even get a chance to put my stick down. A face-off win for Andrew Robinson. Port Washington still man down after that penalty. And a timeout taken by the Vikings. 7:45 to go in the first half. And a 5-1 lead for Port Washington. Stay with us on Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy.
He's got. He's in.
Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage. And one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Port Washington High School. Matt Shortis with you as the Vikings lead 5-1 over Southside. And with, the semi-shortened season for the spring sports, one of the things I was talking to Isaac Neal about was sort of what he referred to, if you think about hockey, is like maximizing guys' ice time. So maybe playing them in shorter spurts, trying to keep guys fresh, because at certain points of the season, you're going to be playing 3 games in a week. So there's not always a ton of practice time. You might have guys coming off of a football season or a soccer season where, they're jumping back into another sport very quickly. So want to minimize the risk of injuries, or if there is, minor nicks or different things like that, make sure that guys are taking care of themselves and making sure that they have an opportunity to, both play but also play smartly. Here's a chance for Port Washington in the pass taken away. Here's Thomas Kelly chugging upfield. Kelly shoots down low, save made by Kenny. All right, Kenny's looked strong in goal today. The Fairfield commit, 4-year starter for Port Washington. Belomo coming over midfield, a one-man clear for the junior Anthony Belomo. Shot saved by Gentile. down the other end now. So both goalies standing tough at the moment. Kelly on the ground ball, feeds it across the other side for Matt Lazito. There's Matt Melkonian now with the ball. And John Jude Considine steps in to make the clear official. This is TJ Sheehan. Southside scoring on their last possession, trying to make it 2 in a row here. Brady West, shot going high. Another look at the shot. Sheehan, roll dodge off one defender. Rolls back the other way. Kind of tough shot and an easy save. Didn't even get to the goalie, Kenny. Kenny with a big outlet pass ahead. A little tough to handle, though, and Southside coming the other way. Brady West with it. West being hounded, looking top of the box, and it's taken away. Pass intercepted by Robinson. Robinson to the turf. He loses the ball and his stick, and it's picked back up by the Cyclones. So 2 turnovers on the clear for Southside here. Nice check from behind. Ball to the turf. Flag coming, and it's against Port Washington. Shot up top, bounce shot. Kenny got a piece of that one. 4th penalty of the game upcoming for Port Washington, with 5:17 to play in the first. There's the penalty. It looks like Vavona going off on a slash. Cyclones 0 for 3 on the man advantage so far in this first half. Port Washington's done a great job on the penalty kill this afternoon so far. Look down low, pass low for Brady West. He's got a little trouble handling it, and Port Washington able to scoop it off the turf. Capabianco picks it up. Scoots it ahead for Robinson. And now Robinson will work it back behind the cage, trying to weather off the rest of this penalty. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. A 5-1 Port Washington lead. Goals from Haberman, Weingard, Jacobson, and a pair from Meyer. Pass broken up to the turf. It goes. Gentile scoops it up. And the official looked like he was counting players on the field. Gentile comes over to the near side. Mindell. Here's Kelly stepping in. Now Considine. Brady West on the dodge. The double team comes to him. Looks right on the crease. Turnaround shot going wide. Well defended. Considine knew the pressure was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry. That's exactly what you want out of your crease defenseman. Here's Considine. Boy, on the exchange, the slides have been so solid for Port Washington today. There's not been a lot of free space, free realty for the Cyclones this afternoon. Ball to the turf. Picked up by Southside. Shot save made by Kenny. Ground ball to Port Washington. And they dump it off to Kenny again. Kenny will step up in the crease. Pass complete to John McCarthy. McCarthy tangled up in a trip. Little incidental contact, but a penalty nonetheless. Considine trying to defend. And his stick kind of got tangled up. So Haberman will resume play. 2:40 to go in this first half, 5-1. As the scoring is slowed down a little bit from Port Washington's perspective. Man up chance for the Vikings. They're 1 for 2 so far today. Up top, shot and a goal. Jared Morales just ripped one from the top right corner. He went low to high. Little sidearm shot. Another look at that as Morales stepping in, perfectly placed. There's a whistle. Tom Kelly over on the wing, kind of gesturing to the referee, saying, like, what's going on? Or what did I do? And for the first time in a while, Southside able to control the faceoff. Well done by Lazito. And that was a much-needed face-off victory for Southside. Trying to get one back here before the first half comes to a close. 6-1 Port Washington with 1:48 to go in the first half. You know, if you're Steve DiPietro, a little over 90 seconds left, there's an opportunity where you don't have to give Port Washington the ball back this half. Dot from up top by Capitelli. Look to the left side, shot wide. Kenny was well placed. Bill Moore. Now Capitelli with it. Well defended. Ferreira not able to hold on to it for a moment. Picked up by Melkonian. And Melkonian being bothered. Gets it to Ferreira now. Play a little unsettled. Under a minute to go in the first half. Here's Sheehan. Sheehan to the turf. Gets back up. Turns. Fires. Hits the side of the net. Nobody knows where it is. Sheehan going for it. There's 3 white jerseys there. Excellent job by Considine on the ride here. He's being relentless. But finally they're able to move it ahead to Kenny. There's 20 seconds left. Good job by Matt Freeman there on the ground ball, kind of battling. And it's going to be Southside ball after that whistle. 13 seconds left. Cyclones trying to move with some urgency. There's Kelly. By his man, Kelly shooting on the run. And it didn't even get to Kenny. Heave downfield with 2 seconds left. And the horn will sound on the first half of play. An impressive one at that for Port Washington. 6 goals, 5 different goal scorers. And the special teams looking good for the Vikings as well. 1 shorty and 2 man-up goals as they lead 6-1 at halftime. Here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone
516-403-2050.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games,
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
school events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone
516-403-2050.
Second half about to begin at Port Washington with the Vikings on top 6-1, and look at some of the exciting game broadcasts we have coming up on Varsity Media Sports Network over the next few weeks. Of course, tomorrow, the resuming of the rivalry between Hasset and Garden City for the Woodstick Classic, and Monday as well, we head out to Suffolk County to check in on the Patriots and Northport and Garden City and Farmingdale, and you'll see these Southside Cyclones again on Monday. So keep an eye out. Plenty of fun and interesting games around Nassau County and Long Island in one of the best areas for high school lacrosse in the country. And right now we're seeing a Port Washington team who is 3-0 on this season, looking very strong against the Cyclones of Southside, who came into today 2-1. Goals today for Port Washington for Haberman and Weingard, Jacobson, Meyer with 2, and Morales. Kelly the lone goal for Southside. Ground ball picked up by the Cyclones, so they win the opening faceoff of this second half, and they get it to TJ Sheehan, who's got 8 goals, 3 assists on the season. Sheehan gets around one defender, but again, the help defense was there. Good slide for Capobianco. Boy, it's sort of synergistic, right? If the defense knows that they've got the play of Patrick Kenny behind them, they could be more aggressive, and also them being more aggressive helps Patrick Kenny behind them. So very complimentary work for that defensive unit. Look right on the crease, shoveled out to the other side. And the ball close to going out of bounds, and now it does. Procedure against Southside. This is an area where Southside has probably been their best. That ride for the Cyclones, they get it back. Sheehan. Knocked off his balance by Capobianco. Briggs Capobianco committed to Cortland. 3-year starter if you include last year. Kelly holding in the top right corner. Surveying. Kelly cuts inside. Tough angle shot. Kenny got a piece of it. Ground ball picked up by Southside. Come to the near side. Shot fake. Score! Thomas Kelly. His second today, and good ball movement for the Cyclones as they strike first here in the third quarter. All off the ground ball from the rebound. Nice ball movement. Kelly sneaking out from X. Mindel the feed. Face-off controlled by Port Washington. Elijah Edmonds. They weren't even sure if he was going to play. He's been a remote student the whole year. But he has come up and he's been a real strong presence for them, especially today. Up top, this is Meyer. He's got 2 this afternoon. Meyer, hard dodge towards the cage, and there's the hat trick for the sophomore, Luke Meyer. So a quick response goal for Port Washington. Meyer just one-on-one, a hard dodge from the top of the box. Going against Kelly, the short stick. Well, the official coming in and saying something. To Matt Lazito, who was at the face-off X. Ball down. Little helter-skelter here as it will stay in bounds outside. As the Cyclones having trouble picking it up here. And I thought we had a flag down, and we do, so that's why the Cyclones were kind of just using some clock, playing it around a little bit. Lazito on the penalty. Pardon me. I think that was Mindel on the penalty. So this Port Washington offense, which has already scored 2 man-up goals today, goes back to work with a man-up chance. 5-goal advantage for the Vikings. Here's Jared Morales. Give to the left side. Jacobson. Morales again with it. Steps in. Shot blocked. Looked like Lazito bodied it off. Up top, taken away by the Cyclones for a moment as they battle for it on the ground near the 50-yard line. There's McCarthy with it for Port Washington. Meyer trying to dip and dodge across the left side. Skip pass and a shot going off the post. And out of bounds. Well done, boxing out by TJ Sheehan. And Southside will take it. Kelly on a dodge. Shot going wide from Sheehan. And this Port Washington defense is really not giving Southside high-quality opportunities. As a goalie, that's what you want. Here's a low shot save made by Kenny. Flag coming down. As a penalty coming up on Port Washington. That's a slash. Yeah, sort of a late hit by Jared Morales. He reached out and got Tom Kelly in the back number on the back of the jersey. So not too close to the stickhead. So Southside will start with it at the top of the box. Sheehan. Back it comes left side, trying to get this Port Washington defense moving. Pass deflected or shot deflected. Another shot coming high over the crossbar for Mindel. Quick restart for Sheehan. They had Kelly on the crease for a moment. Shot. Kenny might have gotten the piece of this to steer it up high. All right, the goal is just looking so much smaller with the way that Kenny's playing. Pat Kenny, the senior netminder. Look right on the crease. Kelly, push back out. Now driving inside. Low shot, saved by Kenny. Sprawling forward, trying to clamp it down. Take another look at the stop. Well, Pat Kenny has been tremendous today. He's had double-digit saves on multiple occasions this season through only 3 games so far, and he's well on his way there again. A shot high, and TJ Sheehan goes top shelf. It's an extra man goal for Southside. And a big goal for the Cyclones. Trying to battle their way back into this. And a pretty vocal crowd on hand after that goal especially. Face-off win for Port Washington. Kicked forward, shot in front, saved by Gentile. 1v1 with the goalie, and Gentile with a huge stop in front. Jensen Weingard didn't have a whole lot of time to think. He just picked it up because he got kicked towards him right in front of the crease. And that might be the save of the game for Tommy Gentile. Here's a shot, saved by Kenny, going down low. Another look at that save by Gentile. Turned over, here come the Vikings again, a fast break opportunity. Belomo will move it into the box. Past the halfway point of this third quarter, 7-3. Port Washington leads. Here's Jacobson on the dodge. Switches hands, lowers, and Gentile ushers that aside. Weingard on the restart. Changes direction, veers to his right, now sticking the left hand. Dancing around, goal line extended. Gentile, another stop going across his body for that left hip save. Southside a little troubled clearing this ball. Almost went out, but then Port Washington picks it back up. Weingard with it. Here's Haberman, team leading 12 goals on the season. Give up top for Weingard. Inverting. A shot blocked by a defender. Goes out of bounds on this near sideline. Possession will stay with Port. Haberman, little trouble handling this one from McCarthy. And McCarthy lost his footing. Southside comes away with the ball. Here's McKeough, fast break chance for the Cyclones. Lefty shot, Kenny the save. Rebound though for the Cyclones as they continue to put pressure. Considine. Boy, you talk about Gentile save a moment ago. Kenny with a huge one in transition for the Vikings. And Southside will slow the pace down again. This is Thomas Kelly. Pair of goals today for the Binghamton commit. Kelly around his man. Stepping up. Kelly shoots wide. A good idea, but off target. Really good first step. John Jude Considine now with it, bringing it up from X. Hobart commit. A senior. Here's the junior Billy Moore. Some good speed. And Brady West now with it. West off a screen. Little pick and pop from Moore. Moore catches, fires, is popped, and Kenny gets the stop. Long rebound. Southside will take it. Boy, Billy Moore, it's a stand in there as the defense was coming down on him and Matt Hillman, or Matt Freeman, pardon me. Flag down, and a shot going wide from Southside. So that'll be a penalty against Port Washington. Take another look at it. Well, it wasn't on ball, that's for sure. It was away from the play. So I'm not sure what the penalty was. I know the home fans are not too pleased by it. Minute 53 to go in the third quarter. Southside trying to make a little noise before the quarter comes to a close, trailing by 4. Look to the left side. Kenny got a piece of that one. A low to high crank shot. TJ Sheehan, some good ride. Skip pass. Shoveled to the near side. Sheehan tucks it inside. In traffic. And Kenny got a piece of that one again. Trickles harmlessly to his right. Here's another look. Nice move inside by Kenny. By Kelly. And Kenny coming up with a stop. Melconi in the ground ball for Southside. Flag down. Delayed penalty coming up on Port Washington. Inside a minute to play in the third. Big hit as you hear the plastic on plastic. And some pushing and shoving going on now between Melkonian and that was John McCarthy, and McCarthy's helmet got popped off. So the officials are going to get together. Isaac Neal is all the way out on the near side hash mark, screaming at the officials. So that was pushing and shoving between the two of them behind the play. That was after the play was whistled down. And we'll see what things get worked out here. So again, here's the initial penalty, because there were 2 flags down. That's the first one. You know, you can't rear back. And then there was another one that came up high. Really, anytime the official hears plastic on plastic, that indicates to them that it's going to be a slash in the head. And now I think they're trying to figure out what was going on after the play as well between McCarthy and I believe it was Mindel. So right now, there are 5 guys out in the box for either team. So just trying to sort out what's going on here. And I think the official is saying that too. He's getting everybody on Port Washington together. Okay, so Robinson going off for Port Washington. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-man down situation for Port Washington, which would make sense after the 2 penalties and then maybe a warning or so for the altercation after the fact. All right, so it was 2 penalties on Port Washington, 1 against Southside. So it's a 5-on-4 situation right now. Which is not really a situation you practice offensively or defensively very much, to be honest. So we'll see what happens here. You practice 2 men down, you practice 2 men up. You don't always practice a 5-on-4 situation. And we'll see, even if Southside wants to take a shot, if they want to hold the ball for the 30 seconds to begin the third quarter with the possession. So it looks like Capitelli is the one in the box for Southside. And for Port Washington, Weingard serving the penalty along with Andrew Robinson. So Southside, a man up, 5-on-4 right now for the next 30 seconds in this third quarter. Near side it comes for Kelly. Kelly double teamed, ball knocked out of his stick, and Kenny is there to scoop up the ground ball. And Kenny will heave it downfield as the third quarter comes to an end. The time is blown. The fans in Port Washington want that as a goal. I don't think it is. The officials are going to wave that off. The time was well on zeros by the time he hit that shot. So I think it was just a matter of the horn didn't blow or the whistle didn't sound. But it was clearly at zeros by the time that shot went off for Haberman. So a very interesting end to that third quarter. But the result as it is right now is Port Washington up by 4. It's a 7-3 advantage for the home team as we head to the fourth on Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in.
Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Very interesting end to the third quarter. We had about, 3 penalties, and then a shot at the very end of the quarter by Haberman, which came after the time had expired. We'll take another look at it, and I don't think we can get both the shot. If you see it, Nick, if we can run that back one more time. See, it's zeros there. The shot was already taken. But from my perspective watching it, the clock had hit 0 before the ball was even in his stick. We just didn't hear a horn or a whistle or anything like that. So call is correct. So if, just for clarification, just because I'm hearing people chatter below me, if the ball leaves his stick, it's like in the NBA or basketball. If the ball left the stick before the clock hit 0, that's a good shot. The thing is, the ball was still in his stick when the clock hit 0. So, now that we have that squared away, that was our lowest scoring quarter. Southside scored 2 in that, 1 for Port Washington. They cut into the deficit a little bit. Kelly and Sheehan, the goal scorers for Southside in that quarter. Myers scored his 3rd goal today, so he's got the hat trick. And Meyer up to 6 goals on the season. So tempers flaring a little bit as we head to this 4th quarter, whether it be Isaac Neal had come out onto the field a couple of times. There was a little incident after a couple of penalties. There were slashes to the head. So something to keep in mind is that these two teams play fairly regularly, yearly, but they're not conference foes. They're conference foes with the realignment of the regular season this year, because Nassau County said no out-of-conference games, so they split things up a little bit. But these two teams, come playoff time, will not face each other, as Port is an A school and Southside's a B school. But don't let them tell you otherwise here in this 4th quarter. Port Washington beginning with the ball. And it's Jacob Shore with possession. Now Haberman. Again, we're still 4-on-5. And Port Washington has the 2 men in the box. Haberman doing a great job playing keep away and just working as much time off possession as possible. Here's Haberman, gets around his defender, had a shot, takes it and scores. So we didn't get the one at the end of the 3rd quarter, but starts the 4th quarter in proper fashion. Again, Haberman working off one defender, and we talked about it before. You don't really practice 5-on-4 situations, so it's very strange in a sense. But that is the 2nd shorthanded goal for Port Washington today. Both from Haberman. And procedure against Port Washington. Ball goes to Southside. So Haberman's got 2 shorthanded goals. Port Washington has 2 more man-up goals. So 4 of their 8 coming with special teams. They've done a phenomenal job from that standpoint this afternoon. Trying to move to 4-0 on the young season. Here's Kelly around one check. Steered behind the cage. Brady West gives it to Sheehan. Sheehan's shot deflected. Here's Sheehan up top. Lowers the shoulder. Sheehan getting inside. Tough angle shot. Kenny got a piece of that, or it hit the outside of the post. Good movement for Port Washington here. Here's Robinson. Andrew Robinson, whose head coach Isaac Neal referred to him as the motor of our team. Starter on the basketball team as well. Morales bounce shot whistling wide. Well defended by Schwartzberg with a timely hit. Here's Haberman. Long pull on him. Good defense by Lazito. Move in front, shot, and a goal. Jared Morales for the second time today. And the Vikings are in control of this one. It's 9-3. A nice skip pass over the crease. Morales with some good stick work as well. Second goal today. Face-off win for Southside, and if the Cyclones are going to cut into this one, they got some work to do now. Flag down. We'll have a whistle flag against Port Washington now. Take a look at the penalty. As the two poles kind of converged on Considine. Port Washington has been stellar on the penalty kill today, allowing just one man-up goal. And 6 or 7 penalties, including a 5-on-4 situation just a few moments ago, scoring a shorthanded goal there. Penalties released. Here's Tom Kelly. Now Considine with it behind the cage. Considine's pass deflected. He's able to recover, though. Considine coming into a cutter. Shot. Kenny the stop. And he has been phenomenal today. He's so quick. And the thing is, he's just always in such good positioning. So now Port Washington will go to work. 7.5 minutes to go in this one. A 9-3 advantage for the Vikings. Low shot, 5-hole goal. Gavin Jacobson, the junior. 3 unanswered goals for Port Washington in this fourth quarter. Jacobson second today. Southside continuing to try and find something that works. Third quarter, they had a couple things going. A couple things broke well. There's Ferreira. It just seems today that every time a Southside player starts to dodge, there is 2 Port Washington defenders right where they converge. Well-timed hit. Matt Freeman coming back into the district from St. Anthony's. So physical defensively today. Successful clear attempt for Port Washington. Here's Andy Feinstein. Moving inside, hits to the turf. Jacobson. Skip pass, low to high, save made by Gentile. Pass ahead, little trouble handling it. Port Washington's got it back up off the turf. Stamitos Gargas handles the ground ball there and moves it ahead for the Vikings. Here's Haberman looking for his third today, shooting wide. Lazito's pass hits the ground. Haberman's got it again. Fast break chance here. Numbers. Jacobson with it. And Jacobson will slow it down. And a timeout will be taken by Isaac Neal and Port Washington. 4:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Vikings in command on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in.
Touchdown, Farmingdale!
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside!
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay,
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
So Isaac Neal wanting to talk things over, get his team settled down after really the third and fourth quarter that it's been a little more heated, I suppose. His team has 4-0 in their sights. Comfortable lead at the moment over the Cyclones, 10-3.
I see it now.
.439 to go in this one. Here's Jacob Shore checking in. Shore is starting to get more minutes. Pushing for playing time because of the way he's been playing in practice. Belomo. Andy Feinstein. Back up top for Belomo. Belomo coming near side for Matt Morales. Ball to the turf, but it's scooped up by Shore. Well defended, ground ball picked up by Logan Kelly, the sophomore, for Southside. Gentile is being challenged. There's Billy Moore with the ball in his stick right now for Southside. Colin Grace as well. William Capuano getting a touch in at attack for Southside. So Steve DiPietro cycling in a few different players. For the Cyclones, inside 3 minutes to go. Ball to the turf, squirts all the way to Kenny, and he's able to collect. Kenny lead pass ahead. Ball thrown a little bit behind Matt Morales, and Morales trying to collect it. Shore. Jacob Shore shooting wide. I think that Ryan Castle might have gotten a piece of that. The sophomore, he and Logan Kelly both getting a little bit more action in the last couple of games defensively. A shot on the run. Gentile knocks this away. Ben Krefitz checking in, a goal and an assist so far this season. Would have been the go-to guy on the JV last year had there been a season. Feinstein thought about it. See some time on the man up as well. 90 seconds to go in this one. Ball deflected to the turf. Southside's got it. And I think for Steve DiPietro, you know, he talked a little bit about sort of the ups and downs and trying to get his team to play at a consistent level so far in this young season. And that's probably something that they'll want to continue and key in on. We've got a goalie change for Port. Flag down. A shot and a goal for Southside. Jack Meyerhofer getting the goal. Take another look at that in an unsettled situation with 44 seconds left. Meyerhofer's low shot goes in for the goal, so Southside cuts the deficit. Bradley Hamroff, the junior, now in goal for Port Washington. Face-off win. And a whistle will get a timeout there after Tommy Maska picks up that ground ball. But for Port Washington, you got to feel pretty good about this game again. 3-0 start to the season, quality win, first game of the season against Garden City. And, you know, maybe you say that Garden City coming off a prolonged football season, having to jump into the lacrosse season right away. But they've looked pretty good as well in their games since. Had a win over Massapequa the other day, did Garden City. So Port Washington with this win will move to 4-0 on the season, stay perfect on the year. And this really a complete performance by the Vikings. Offensively, they looked stout. Defensively, some very sound defense between Freeman and Capabianco and Hillman. And, of course, Pat Kenny in goal did a fantastic job today. And Elijah Edmonds and the face-off X really controlled the flow of the game. So from top to bottom, if you're looking at the Vikings from this game, you're coming away pretty happy. Not only that, special teams played well. 2 shorthanded goals for Haberman. 2 man-up goals. And they limit Southside. Probably the only thing you circle if you're Isaac Neal is the way that you took penalties today. So Jacob Shore and this Port offense trying to wind down the clock with 30 seconds left. Well, Southside has their work cut out for them, trying to rebound from this one. We'll see them again on Tuesday as they take on Farmingdale at home Tuesday evening. But the Vikings of Port Washington, the story today, they moved to 4-0 on this young season, about a third or a quarter of the way there. And they go and meet up with Patrick Kenny, who was stout in goal today. And 4 games, 4 times in double-figure scoring for Port Washington. 10 goals today. They're 10-3 winners this afternoon against the Cyclones of Southside. So that was the score there, and again, Port Washington moves to 4-0 on the season. So 10-4, pardon me, is the scoreboard here indicating 10-3. So that'll do it for everybody involved in our broadcast. For our producer, Nick Liuzzi, I'm Matt Shorta saying so long, and we'll see you next time on Varsity.